Hey guys, so in this program we are given the dimensions of three sides of a triangle. Our job is to write a program that will check if the dimensions of these three sides are valid, and if it is valid you can calculate the area and the perimeter of a triangle. So imagine if the current triangle drawn is the given triangle where you're given ABC as the three dimensions of the triangle. I am not naming the edge, the corners, I am naming the edges. So once you get the edges as ABC, how do you check if a triangle is valid? If a triangle has to be valid, it has to follow three conditions. That is, A plus B should be greater than C, B plus C should be greater than A, and C plus A should be greater than B. These three conditions come under the category that the sum of any two sides of a triangle has to be greater than the third side. Any two sides, the sum should be greater than the third side. So I have put that into three conditions that should be checked for us in our program. All three should satisfy. It's not like any one of the three, all three should satisfy. So when all three has to satisfy, the logical operator we are going to use is logical AND operator. So let's assume that you have taken input for the dimensions A, B and C. So you can start off with a program where you write the conditions. You can start off putting the conditions already. If A plus B is greater than C and B plus C is greater than A and C plus A is greater than B, and also put the whole bracket. If all these conditions satisfy, then you can start calculating the area. So the area is going to be, before calculating area, we have to calculate a variable called S. So if all this satisfies, you can start with the calculation of S, where S is equal to A plus B plus C by 2. So first calculate the value of S. Once you have the value of S, area can be easily calculated as square root of S asterisk S minus A asterisk S minus B asterisk S minus C. This is an easy formula that we've already learned in maths to calculate the area of a triangle given three sides, given the dimensions of three sides of the triangle. Now, moving on to calculating the perimeter. Perimeter is an easy way. Just add all the sides. A plus B plus C. And that's it. If this is not satisfied, you can write an else condition where the printf statement can be invalid dimensions, because obviously the condition is not being satisfied. So invalid dimensions, and you can close the code. So this is the logic of creating a program of how to find the area and perimeter of a triangle. First is to find the validity. But once you have the validity, that is all these conditions are satisfied, then easily the area of a triangle, has the formula which we have learned, which is root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, where S is equal to A plus B plus C by 2. So calculate S. Write the formula for area and perimeter. You can include the printf statements, which I'll be doing in the code for printing of the area and the perimeter. We can also combine it together where we are doing the calculation in the printf statement itself. Or you can have a statement, the else part, which means the earlier condition satisfied here is not satisfied. Sorry, earlier condition specified there is not satisfied. So once that is not satisfied, you can directly printf that it is an invalid dimension which is provided by the user. Now let's see this in the code. So I'll be starting off with declaring four variables: A, B and C, which are the dimensions of the triangle, and S, which we need to calculate. Now we can ask the user printf enter 3 sides of a triangle, or enter the 3 dimensions of the triangle, and scanf %f, 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 and we have ampersand A, ampersand B, and ampersand C. You can also take integers as well, but I'll suggest to take float because dimensions usually come in float. It will be easier to deal with it. And also your square root function will be easier to deal with if you have got float. It will be easier for you to generate a float afterwards. So yes, we'll start with checking the condition. If the first condition is A plus B should be greater than C. So that is the first condition, and the next condition is B plus C should be greater than A. So this comes in one bracket, and the last condition is C plus A should be greater than B. And don't forget to put the whole thing in a bracket. And once that is satisfied, you can go ahead and start off with the calculation. You can go and start with the calculation. S is equal to A plus B plus C by 2. So if you have declared an integer ABC, this might be doing an integer division, which will end up skipping a few decimal points. So once this is done, you can go ahead and printf that the /n area is equal to %f. You can write %f square units or anything. If you're saying as that is meters, you can write meter square. If you're writing just centimeters, you can write centimeter square, anything. Square units. And the formula is SQRT of S asterisk S minus A asterisk S minus B asterisk S minus C, and close the square root function. Okay. Now full semicolon, and printf, you can start off with the perimeter. Perimeter is equal to %f. That will not be square, it will just be units. You can write that, or you can change it to centimeter square, square centimeters, centimeter square, and this can just be normal centimeters. Anything that is easier for you to write or for you to display, it doesn't matter. And the perimeter is A plus B plus C. So with that, the else part will start, and you can just write it printf as invalid dimensions and close the program. We will go ahead and print. Yes, we are forgetting the hash include math.h for our sqrt function. So let's run the program. Enter 3 sides of a rectangle like 10, 15 and 12 can be entered. It will print the area as well as the perimeter. You can also shorten it down to 0.3f and 0.3f. Run the program 10, 15, 12 and it will print centimeter square and centimeters for the perimeter. Imagine if you had entered one side as 0. So 10, 0 and 12. You will have a problem and it will show you invalid dimensions, because obviously the dimensions of a triangle cannot be 0. Thank you.